In this video, I'll be covering the sonic differences between graphic and parametric EQ. Hi, my name is Joey Sturgis, and welcome to the Joey Sturgis Tones YouTube channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and to all my subscribers, welcome back. Don't forget to like this video and ring the bell to get notified when we upload new videos. So let's get started here. An EQ in the studio is like an audio engineer's right hand, or I guess left hand if you're left-handed. What I mean is, an EQ can make you dexterous with almost any audio source, dialing in a certain balance that makes everything behave well with each other and with other processors. Someone truly skilled with an EQ can make a static mix sound absolutely amazing before any other type of fader automation or other post-processing. And while compression, reverb, and dozens of other effects are needed to add some polish to the whole thing, honestly, the EQ is definitely the most necessary when it comes to frequency control. One of the biggest debates in the world of EQ is around when you should use subtractive EQ or when you should use additive EQ, and we've been there and we've done that. Today, I'd rather focus on the two most commonly available EQ formats, and that's graphic versus parametric. Now, we won't dive into the hardware versus software conversation too much because at their core, both types are accomplishing the same tasks. Instead, we're going to focus on how graphic interfaces are drastically different than parametric ones, and more importantly, how they sound different as a result. First, let's talk about what exactly a graphic EQ is. A graphic EQ is essentially just a collection of frequency-specific filters, each with its own fixed bandwidth. They come in various sizes from as little as 3 bands like low, mid, high EQ on a guitar amp, all the way up to 31 band versions, also called third octave EQs because each band is a third octave away from the next. With a graphic EQ, an engineer can't control the bandwidth or Q of the filter, and they can't control the center frequency of the filter either, and because of this, you are limited to a very specific range to work with. Within each range, your options are only to boost or cut using the slider to raise or lower the gain. And as you work with a graphic EQ, it's easy to find yourself working visually to set things the way you want them. With more professional EQs that have 31 bands or more, what you're dialing in is almost exactly the EQ curve you're applying to your sound, and while it's a crude pattern compared to the smooth visual you get from some parametric EQs, it still gets the job done. And graphic EQs, they're particularly effective when it comes to cutting problem frequencies out of a track. You can roll off any unwanted low end simply by grabbing all the sliders below a particular frequency and pulling the gain down. And the same goes for the harsh upper mids and the high end hissing. Just find the one band that most closely aligns with the problem you hear, and you're done. Next, we're going to discuss parametric EQs. If graphic EQs are considered crude and industrial, then parametric EQs, I guess, could be considered the artistic take on the same subject. That's not to say that either one is bad. We often, have use for quick industrial solutions as much as the artistic ones, but as the trend for plugin developers has shown, parametric EQs are much more in demand in the studio than graphic EQs are. With the parametric EQ, you gain all of the flexibility you miss out on with the graphic EQ. Things like center frequency, bandwidth, and all that get introduced to your processor. So you pick up features like high pass and low pass filters and shelves, and in addition to the traditional filters, and for the most part, your bands can even overlap each other for some really creative EQ curves. Now, for me, the benefit of parametric EQ is its flexibility and its musicality. Since you're able to fine-tune the settings to get the right sound, the control adds to your overall audio imprint. Combine that with parametric EQs based on legendary consoles and other hardware EQs, and you get non-linearity that will help warm up and color the sound. And so now, let's jump into sonic decisions. Depending on how much you want to do with your EQ and how much impact you want it to have on your sound, you may choose one style over the other. So graphic EQs are straightforward and reliable, and by taking unnecessary features off the table, you might make faster and more efficient mix decisions. There's a reason you'll see some graphic EQs at live shows versus parametric ones. They're straightforward and they perform consistently. Now, parametric EQs can add color and inspiration to your sound, and they provide control options you'd never even want to touch with a graphic EQ. For example, sweeping a frequency with automation could never be done with a graphic EQ. You need to go band by band, raising one as you lower the other to create something even remotely similar. Other dynamic processors like Transify are quickly following the parametric EQ's lead when it comes to picking the target frequencies too. And rather than having something designed to, help shape a signal's attack or clip its peak at a fixed frequency, engineers are now able to set those kinds of options themselves for increased flexibility. At the end of the day, use whichever tool helps you get the job done. We're talking about two very similar technologies with slightly different approaches to how they get things done. I know engineers that would never touch a graphic EQ, and that's fine. If you can get the results you want, that's all that matters. If you're tired of taking a guess and check approach to setting your EQs, maybe it's time you did some critical listening training. Identifying problem frequencies and knowing exactly where they live in each instrument is a huge shortcut that every engineer should know and use. I want you guys to know about this new program we have. It's a JST VIP program, and the members get access to tutorials, audio production courses, presets, impulse responses, tone packs, plugins, mix guides, and a whole lot more. And you can join now, get instant access to all of the resources that are waiting for you, and schedule your first mix critique right after you log in. Check the link in the description below, or just go to joeysturgistones.vip/join. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. If you've got another audio buddy who would love this content, please share it. Hit the bell to get notified when we upload new videos, and don't forget to check the link in the description below before you go. You're the best. We'll see you soon. Thanks.